What's up everyone? I am back, so I know I haven't uploaded for a while, but the weather has been awful for moth traps, and I've been busy with college as well. So I haven't had the moth trap out for a while. Unlucky, but I thought I would give you a tour of all the creatures that I've got going on right now, so caterpillars and the tropical things as well. And I've got a couple of things to feed as well, so I can do that whilst I'm here. So let's get into it and see what's happening. We'll start, oopsies, with my peacock mantis. She's just jumped down to the bottom. She does do that sometimes. Here she is. She's getting a bit old now. But this is Sprog, the peacock mantis. So she'll probably be hungry. She's pretty good at feeding, so we'll give her a feed. I've only got crickets at the moment, so I'll have to make do with those. Here we go. See if she takes it. There we go. Hungry girl. Right, let's move on. So Pistachio is my gorgeous adult female giant Asian mantis. Got her from the Northern Invert Show in March. She's now adult. And she's always hungry. So, there we go. Lovely cricket takedown. She'll have a munch on that. So next on this whistle stop tour, I don't actually know how long this video is going to be. Might turn into something of a long video because I've got all the moths and caterpillars to go through after as well. Rosie, my I would say sub-adult female Acanthoscurry geniculata. She is a very nice spider. And again, she's always hungry. So I'm going to drop a cricket in, see if she takes it. There we go. Straight on that. We've got the lovely Minnie, my old girl. She's such a sweetheart. Regal jumping spider, Phidippus regius. And her booty's looking pretty thick, so I'm going to skip feeding her for today. Look at that face. So she's doing super well, even though she's coming up to 2 years old now. I love her. Jumping spiders are awesome. Next up, look at that stunning tarantula. This is my adult female green bottle blue. I'm pretty sure she's in pre-molt at the moment. She hasn't molted since I got her in March, so she's probably due a molt. I mean, we can try a cricket, by all means, but if she doesn't eat it, we're going to have to take it straight out. Yeah, no, she definitely doesn't want that. She is a fantastic looking beast. And she's done some great webbing as well. Next up, our shy superstar, the Harpactira pulchripes, the golden blue-leg baboon. She's kind of retreating into her tunnel there. She did actually molt successfully about 2 weeks back now, and she hasn't been fed yet after her molt, so it's probably time for a feed for her. Let's just grab a cricket. I really need to get some roaches. See if we can entice her out. Is she hungry? Oh, I think she took it in there. Yeah, she took it. She's got a very nice bottom. That's the best view you're going to get, I'm afraid. She likes to hide in her tunnel, but again, some beautiful webbing. Absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, I think now it's about time to get onto the caterpillars and moths. Okay, so we're going to start with these gorgeous things. So these are the poplar hawk moth caterpillars. I've had these since eggs. The eggs were laid by a female that visited the trap. I did get a fair few eggs. For some reason I did have a rather large die-off of the caterpillars on first and second instar. It is normal to lose caterpillars at that stage, but I did lose a fair few. But I've still got good amount of poplar hawk moth caterpillars left. They definitely need a feed. They get through quite a lot of weeping willow at the moment. This guy's definitely the biggest, so hopefully fully grown soon. super beautiful things. And the moth as well, the poplar hawk moth. Really, really nice moth. Okay, so next thing I'm going to show you are these guys. You may recognise these if you've watched my previous caterpillar videos. These are the Lasiocamberquercus, or the oak egger caterpillars. And I am actually keeping some of them indoors at the moment because, as I mentioned in the last video, they overwinter as caterpillars, usually third instar. However, even when I was keeping them outside, the warmer than average weather, well, not anymore, it's actually chucking it down outside, but the warmer than average weather at the in the middle and at the end of summer meant that these actually went through an extra molt and they are now fourth instar. So I'm not sure what that means, but I've left half of them outside with my pale tussock caterpillars, you'll see them soon, and I've brought half of them inside because they can also overwinter as cocoons. The northern egger, the form Coluni, this is where things get a bit complicated, undergo a 2-year life cycle compared to the southern egger, the normal oak egger. And the northern egger do overwinter as pupae in the 2nd year as well. So I'm hoping that these will actually successfully overwinter as pupae. So I'm keeping them warm indoors so that they feed up and hopefully pupate. And hopefully that will be the most successful way to go. The ones outside, I'm not sure how they'll fare. I'm not sure if they'll be able to overwinter as the 4th instar. But fingers crossed I can get a good number through to next spring. Okay, so these next ones definitely need a feed. On the last caterpillar update, I showed you near the start of the video a box of eggs of Luna moths, and a couple had hatched. Well, these are them now, about a month and a half on, and they are doing absolutely smashing. They are probably about fully grown. The Luna moth caterpillars themselves don't get very long, about 7 or 8 centimetres, so about the length of this one here. They get more fat than long, like that one up there, you can see, rather chubby. And they are quite a big moth. So I'm hoping that these will all pupate, and they will overwinter as pupae. I'll keep them outdoors, because in the wild they are found as far north as Canada, where it is quite cold, so they can deal with British winters quite well. And I'll bring them indoors in about April and hopefully get some beautiful Luna moths to hatch, but they're just absolutely fantastic things. Really stunning, and they get through a lot of birch. I've already had quite a few cocoon. You can see this dude down here, he's gone brown, which means he is about to cocoon. And just like detaching the camera for a moment, you can see down here there is another cocoon. And also, ooh, where are we? There, and there, and there, and up there. Everywhere there's cocoons. There's about 10 of them that have cocooned so far, and about 20 caterpillars left. But they are doing so well. I'm so looking forward to having the moths hatch, but need to get some leaves for these. Okay, next up, drum roll please. Ta-da! So these are the death's head hawk moths, and there is one caterpillar still pupating over there, so we're going to leave him in peace, and one that has already pupated. If I can pick up this pupa very, very carefully. You can see it's wriggling nicely there. I believe this is male. And the other caterpillar as well is a little bit smaller. I'm hoping it's female, but not holding up any high hopes that it is. So maybe that I end up with 2 males. I'm going to put this little wriggly one back. Big wriggly one. But death's head hawk moths are such wonderful moths. I absolutely adore them. They're so squeaky, so there'll be many squeaky feeding videos of death's head hawk moths to come when these guys hatch, which should hopefully be in the next few weeks. Exciting stuff. Absolutely gorgeous. So these are all my overwintering pupae. So in here we have, if I can very gently pick them up, privet hawk moth. So these pupated underground, and they're now in this box. And what else do we have in here? We have a few buff tip pupae. Buff tip moths are awesome moths. There's actually quite a lot of them in here. What else do I have? The lovely Saturnia pyri, giant peacock moths, and a couple of other random stuff in here. There's a few emperor moth pupae back there. There's a random orange tip butterfly pupa as well. But these are all overwintering. You can overwinter pupae together, they're not going to bother each other. And it doesn't harm them that, the ones that did pupate underground, doesn't harm them that I've taken them out. Obviously in the shed, there's not going to be any snow, predators, parasites, frost. So they should be protected from everything. The pupa itself is absolutely safe. And again, the ones in cocoons, I've just opened them up to make sure that everything had pupated all okay, so I know what to expect. So I'm going to take these back outside now, so I don't expose them to any dramatic fluctuations of temperature. You can see a couple wriggling nicely. So unfortunately, you won't see any of these until next year, April at the least, and for the privet hawk moths all the way to June. But it's going to be so worth the wait. Trust me, they are absolutely gorgeous moths, each and every one of them. So I'm really looking forward to having these hatch, and the Lunas as well, and the Death's Heads, everything. Moths are awesome. Woo! Looks like it's raining. Lovely. I think my socks are going to get a bit wet, but we're going to head over here for our last update in here. Let's have a look. Really regretting my life choices right now. It's cold and it's wet, but in here are my other oak eggers and my pale tussocks. Okay, that's it. Goodbye. I'm going back in. We've got our birch. Yay! It's now long walk in the rain back home to the caterpillars. Right then, we got our birch. Now it's time to feed the Luna moth caterpillars. So there we go, we've got a lovely bunch of Luna moth caterpillars. Fun fact, Luna moth caterpillars get their name because they are the caterpillars of the Luna moth. That's so cool. So there we go, the Luna moths now have some nice birch which will last them a couple of days, hopefully. Super cool, I love rearing moths. If I had to give anyone who wants to get into rearing moths, if I had to give someone a tip about rearing moths, I would definitely say the most important thing is... Right, I'm going to leave it there for today. That is the tour completed. So if you enjoyed this video, then do give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you again on the next one. Hopefully it won't be too long before I can get the moth trap out again. Bye bye.